everybody, CW here. Let's do another 2545 video. I've been really excited, having a good time with this, and let's talk a little about the 2545. I've made a number of videos. I hope you're enjoying them. It's been a pretty good series, been a really good cartridge for me. Super accurate, working really well. I did have my first failure with it just after the last video. I broke the reliable. Here's some pictures. I think about that. Not that uncommon, really. Usually they only break on one side of the extractor. Of course, I'm special, so I broke it on both sides of the extractor. In the last video, you saw where the shell casings fell. They fell right at 430. So my gassing is spot on. Because I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, what happened? You might have caused that with what you did with the gassing. You made it have too much gas. Well, if I had too much gas, my shells would have been flying out front. They would have flown forward. Here's a good chart that I found online as to where your cases fall, as to what it means for gassing. So there you go. You can see that I was falling right within the very good proper amount of gas to function the firearm area. So I think it was a partial problem with the bolt. I think it was an accumulation of rounds and high power ammo. What I've got here on the bench is some of the factory ammo that I bought back in the day. And I've said it a number of times that I feel that the factory stuff is very high pressure, too much, more than I'm comfortable loading my ammunition to. So I load mine down. I use different powders. I'm able to attain really good respectable velocities. I'm perfectly happy with the numbers I'm getting. But it's not what the factory claims. But when do you really get what the factory claims in most any caliber? Okay, so not a big deal. But don't really want to dwell on that. Just wanted to tell you that it happened. Sharps is standing behind the product. There's a new bolt on their way to me. I've been talking to them for the past week or so, and they've been really good. I spent a long time on the phone with Tony, one of their gunsmiths. I spent a lot of time with a couple different people at customer service trying to find my original receipt. But we found it all. Everything's good. And there's a bolt. I have a tracking number on the way to me. In the meantime, I just threw in a Faxon bolt back in this, so I was able to shoot it the other day. It's shooting really good. No problems. The zero came back. Remember I had those flyers at the end of the last video? Well, the reason for those flyers were the broken bolt. I didn't realize it until after I finished the video. But all fixed now. Back and going good. So to show you some of the changes that were made, this stock, you saw it in the last video, it's not brand new. Changed the scope, you saw it in the last video, it's not brand new. Nothing else changed here. These are new. These are new. These are, I've seen these before, but I just ordered them. I saw them on Amazon. Now I only got one hand here, so it'll be hard for me to make them work. But here's the single point holes for single point slings. Well, this is an adapter available on Amazon. Cheap. Push button. The ball bearings push in, and they allow you to use this so that you can run a regular quick detach sling if you want to. And I got them specifically for the Ruger American so that I can run a regular sling in those holes. I just stuck them in here so I wouldn't lose them. But they'll fit in any of the holes. I've got one back here and one up there just so I don't lose them. And then, still got a little bit of a cough. And then the bipod here. This is a UTG product. You can see the UTG logo there. And I actually ordered this over a month ago. I don't know what happened. On Amazon. Don't remember the price or anything, but I'm not selling them, so it doesn't really matter. You can look it up yourself. This is a UTG product that goes into the key mod that this forend, the floating forend here, has. So there's M-Lock and Key Mod. This happens to be Key Mod, so I bought this for Key Mod. It gives you a much wider footprint than a regular bipod, and it's higher. Okay? So the higher you can get above your barrel, or even with your barrel, the better, more stable you are, because instead of being on the bottom like a normal bipod where you're tippy all over the place, you're on the sides, so your weight is lower in between the bipods, so you're more stable. Some of the European stuff actually mounts above the rail and hangs the gun underneath the bipod, and supposedly that's the most stable, but those are really high dollars. This was not overly expensive. I don't remember the price, but look it up and see. I've shot with it once, and I'm really, really happy with it. You're able to move it forward. If you want to front load, it'll lock there. You can put it straight. You can put it all the way back, so it'll fold up on the gun, back or forward, and 3 points in between, 2 points in between. I'm really satisfied with it. It also extends. It's got friction locking holds here. So you loosen this up, and then you press this. Now I got one hand, so it's going to be hard. You press that in, and this extends out and locks. It'll also lock in between those, and you just turn this, and it's a friction. Now, without this, it's a little bit rickety. In here, inside this, it's a little bit rickety. But once you engage this, now it's solid as can be. So I'm really happy with it. For what it is, I'm really happy with it. Only used it once so far. It's not too heavy, very stable, and I really like it. The next thing I want to show you is this grip, MK Machining. I saw it in a video when I was surfing for some reference material for the next cartridge that I'm coming out, that I'm going to jump into. So I saw this in a video, and the guy actually listed the manufacturer, which is MK Machining. So I said, I'm ordering one of these for the 2545. This is a Hogue grip that I really like. It's very nice, but it's nothing special. This is kind of special. Let me get you in the overhead, and we'll take a quick look, and then we'll put it on. Can't show you putting it on, but I think it's just one screw in the butt through the hole here. No big deal. I'll throw it on, and I'll show you what it looks like, and hopefully you can have a good look at it. Stand by. Here we go. Let's open this up. I was worried when I saw the size of the box, because it's pretty darn small. I said, oh no, that's not going to be right. Something's wrong. But it's not. There it is. Now it is hard plastic, but look at how wide. I got bigger hands, so I wanted something a little bigger, more filling. That, I really like that. That's nice. That's a nice grip. I like the checkering on here. Bars in the front, hollow. And it's got the tang on the back. I believe it's offered without that tang if you don't want it. It's more vertical. And I think this was under 40 bean sprouts. Comes with a bolt and a lock washer. I get my fancy Allen wrench out here. It's here somewhere. And we'll put this in. Let me get mine off. Put this one on. Stand by. Sorry, I can't show this to you. YouTube won't let me. You know how to do it. No big deal. Okay. There's before. There's after. Before. After. I really, really like it. It's a much more upright grip. Gets my hand in a really nice position. Let me zoom out just a little bit. Able to reach the controls. I like this trigger. I don't like the way it looks. I call it a witch's nose. It looks funny to me. But what this trigger does for you, it moves the trigger way far forward, so you're right out here on the tip of your finger. Now, one of those wedge blocks that you see guys use on the side, it moves your finger out, puts it in position, may or may not work with this kind of trigger, so know what you got before you buy stuff. But there's stuff being made now that gives you a little block here that gives you a place to put your thumb to shoot like this, which is very comfortable, especially with this grip. It's very, very comfortable. But it also gives your finger something to go around so that you don't give one of these big wraparound bites. It gets you just the tip of your finger on the trigger where you're supposed to be, but this trigger already does that for me. But there it is. MK Machining. I really like that grip. I like it a lot. It fits really well. No problems at all. Tightened right up, beautiful. The machining, the fitting is really nice, and you can see how big it is. If you've got larger hands, that's a really nice filling, really, really nice fitting, feeling grip. I like it a lot. All right, guys. Take enough time. God bless everybody. CW out.